I'm Jessica, the founder here at PilatesWorkoutsOnline.com. Today we're going to get started with another short mat workout. So we're going to expand on our basic 10, incorporating a couple additional exercises and also filtering in our mat series of 5. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and let's start supine on the mat. So once we're on the mat, we're going to start with some breathing and pelvic rocks. So you can take your hands onto your hips and let's take a deep inhale and then a full exhale. So as we inhale, think about the pelvis expanding out towards the sides and also down into the mat. And then as you exhale, it's almost like we're tightening into a pair of skinny jeans. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale and full exhale. And you can always even take your hands on the rib cage to bring more awareness to your breath there. Today we're just going to focus on that lower area. On this next one, let's take some movement into that. So we're going to tilt back towards our belly button as we exhale. And then as we inhale, let's rock towards our tailbone. So moving that pelvis forward and back with our breath for some pelvic rocks. And with your hands on your hip bones, just to help feel that connection. And just moving to where you can find as much movement towards that tailbone and as much movement towards that belly button as you can. Let's do 2 more. After that last one, we want to find a place right there in the middle for our neutral spine. You can always keep that lower back imprinted as we do go into that 100 though. So just finding that spot where we can work evenly through the front and back side of our body. Hold in that position. Let's take our arms up to the sky, getting ready for our 100. We're going to lower our arms down towards the mat as we lift up into our chest lift, and let's pump our arms at our side. You could stay here. You could bring those legs up to your chest, or you can reach those legs out nice and long. Feel free to even keep those feet long on the mat or bring both legs straight up to the ceiling. Pumping those arms. Think about those wrists being pulled across the room. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale and deep exhale. Looking towards those inner thighs. Let's do 1 more set. Then we're going to lower everything down to the mat. We're going to roll to one side and then bring ourselves up to seated, getting ready for our roll up or the roll down today. And we're going to roll back down to the mat. So you can stay here, just roll straight back up, or roll to one side, come up to seated, and then repeat that. That'll be a little bit more friendly for the body compared to rolling straight up to seated. So go to where you can today. Take your time as you articulate down. Focus on those legs pressing down to the mat to help support you. Reaching forward towards those toes. And going as slow as you can on the way down. And articulate that spine, slowly laying your shirt back onto the mat. And let's do 2 more. After that last, we're going to stay down to the mat, getting ready for our single leg circle. I'm going to grab the back of one thigh, straightening that leg up to the sky and bend, prepping that leg. For 2 more, and then holding that leg up to the sky, hands back to your sides, let's circle this leg. Small circle or a big circle. Thinking about that opposite foot pressing down to the mat and staying connected with that breath. And again, think about that toe being the tip of a pencil. Let's do 2 more. And then after that last one, let's reverse. Other way. And then 2 more. After this last one, we're going to take that leg back down to the mat, bringing that opposite leg up. And we'll repeat that same thing, starting with that stretch. Take this as a moment to feel your hips on the mat as well. And then let's hold that leg just straight, taking our hands back to our sides, and let's circle this leg. Imagine your toe as the tip of a pencil. And if you need to, soften that knee as well. Let's do 2 more. After this last one, let's reverse, going the other way. And let's do 2 more. After that last one, we'll bring that knee in towards our chest. Bring the other leg in and let's rock ourselves up to seated. Getting ready for our rolling like a ball, holding onto those shins, looking towards our inner thighs. Let's rock back towards our shoulder blades and then up to seated. Rock back to the shoulder blades and up to seated. Staying connected into the breath. Looking towards those inner thighs. And think about your legs pressing into your hands pulling your legs to help rock you forward and back. Let's do 2 more. On the last one, stay down into our chest lift. I'm gonna reach one leg out straight for our single leg stretch, pulse for 2, and switch. We're gonna do part of the series of 5 here. Let's do that one more time each side for that single leg stretch. And then we'll move into our double leg stretch. Both legs in towards your chest. Reach everything out nice and long, and then circle those arms around and grab back onto those shins. Reach away, and pull back in. Looking towards your inner thighs for 2 more. And then we go to our single straight leg stretch. Reaching one leg up to the ceiling, grab that ankle calf area or right above the knee. Pulse for 2 and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Looking towards that leg that reaches down. And let's do that one more time, each side. And then we'll lower everything back down to the mat, having those knees bent. We're gonna get ready for an articulating bridge. Tuck that pelvis, peeling our spine up, and then articulate that spine back down. So just we're gonna move bone by bone as much as you can. And think about your feet being like a number 11, feet flat on the mat. Looking towards those knees, straight past them. And as you peel down, almost like your tailbone's being pulled towards your heels. Staying connected with that breath as we move. Let's do 2 more. And then after this last one, we're gonna come back up into our high bridge and we're gonna hold up. And you can choose to stay here, otherwise we're gonna go to marching. Take one foot up to tabletop at a time, alternating those legs. And think about that foot that stays pressing down to the mat to help bring the other leg up. Doing our best to keep those hips level. Let's do that one more time to each side. And then once we're even, we'll bring both feet back down, peel our spine back down, and bring both knees into our chest or the back of your thighs. And then we're gonna take our hands towards our sides, reaching both legs up to the ceiling. Let's lower both legs down and lift both legs up. Lower both legs and lift both legs. Feel free to also take your hands behind the head as we do this. Let's do 2 more. And then we're gonna take the hands behind the head. We're getting ready for our crisscross. Bend one knee in, rotate towards that thigh, and then switch. Think about both legs staying parallel. They're just going straight out and back in as we rotate through our upper torso. Looking past that knee as we twist. And let's do one more time, each side. Come back to center, grab the back of your thighs, rock ourselves to seated. Getting ready for our spine stretch forward. Reach those legs out in front of you, pull the toes towards the knees, and then spine stretch forward. And come back to upright. Articulate that spine forward, and back. Like you're peeling away from the wall, and if you need to, feel free to bend those knees as well. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll get ready for our saw. We're gonna come back to upright, open those arms out to a T, twist and rotate, reach forward towards that pinky toe, pulse for 2, back up, and then twist to the other side. Pulse, pulse, find that length in the middle, twist and rotate through that torso, wring yourself out, and look towards that back hand as we twist. One more time, each side. And then once we're even, let's come back to upright. Let's articulate our spine all the way back down. Let's roll to one side, getting ready for our sideline legs. Feel free to bend that bottom leg in. Otherwise, both legs up to straight. Top leg hip height. Let's sweep it forward and swing it back. Pointing as you go back, flexing that foot forward. Swinging that leg. And you can think about pressing down to that top hand to help keep that body supported. And feel free to even lay flat onto your bottom arm as well. Inhale, deep exhale, staying present with our breath for 2 more. After this last, we're gonna hold that leg straight down from our pelvis. Let's rotate that toe and knee up, and let's lift that leg up to the sky, and then come back down. Lifting up, and back down. You can always make this smaller and just lift to hip height and back down as well for a little bit more controlled range of motion. Otherwise, fully moving within that hip socket, within our range. As that leg comes down, feel like it's being pulled away from your body. And let's do 2 more. After that last one, let's flip over onto our bellies, coming into our prone position, reaching both arms straight overhead. And let's try to bring all 4 limbs to a hover and come back in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do 2 more to prepare. And then we're gonna hold that hover for our swim. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Feel like those limbs are being pulled away from your center. 1 more time each side. And then let's roll on to our other side, facing the other way. I'm gonna flip over towards you guys. And then find that position for your bottom leg. Let's take that top leg up to hip height. Let's swing it forward and back. Swing it forward, swing it back. Staying present with the breath. And think about that length in the leg as it comes back. And let's do 2 more. After that last one, let's hold that leg straight down from our pelvis. Let's lift that leg up to the ceiling and then pull it back down. Float it up and reach it back down. Again, maybe pointing and flexing that foot. And you can always make that a smaller lift if that's more appropriate for your body today. And let's do 2 more. After that last one, let's roll onto our backs. And we're gonna bring both of those knees into our chest. Let's rock ourselves up to seated, getting ready for a seal. Open those knees, take your hands to the inside of the thighs, and then grab to the outside of the ankle. Clap those heels together for 3, and then let's roll back to our shoulder blades. Clap for 3, and then back up. 1, 2, 3. Roll back. 1, 2, 3. Trying to find that pause with your hips in the air. And of course, feel free to skip that click of the heels together and just work on being in this position. Let's do 2 more. After that last one, let's see if we can make our way all the way up to standing. Cross those ankles, stand all the way up. I'm gonna come down to the floor. And let's reach those hands down to the floor, letting the hands and head hang heavy. And then slowly coming back to upright. Let's reach those arms forward, circle up and around. Deep inhale. And thank you for joining me for this quick Mat Pilates full body workout. If you enjoyed this, please drop in some comments down below and join me for more Pilates workouts and workshops online at pilatesworkoutsonline.com. I'll see you guys back here soon.